Alright everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome back to my channel. Now before I get ready to unbox the 80 plus bronze Apevia Jupiter power supply, she's 600 watts. I'm telling you why I brought this power supply and why I'm upgrading the power supply that I recently put in the case. Now, y'all know I had my Raid Max 80 plus white back in 2020. Still going strong. Well, let me correct that. I won't say going strong. She's still operational. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say going strong because y'all look at strong and it still works, it does this. No. She's operational, and what I noticed, I took my Iris Gang AGV 550 watt 80 plus bronze power supply out and switched it into the room. My work system in the room. What I noticed when I put the Raid Max 80 plus white 600 watt power supply in the system, at 1 week I saw all my mechanicals, all my 500 gigabyte hard drives operational. Now, and I tested it out with my power tester, as you see here. Everything was operational when I had read all the lanes, all the etc. etc. Now, one of my hard drives is not operational. It still reads. I had connected another power source to it. All of them popped up. With this Raid Max, one of my satellites are dead and it's non-functional. So what I'm going to be doing here is replacing it. What you see right here, Apevia Jupiter 80 plus bronze power supply, 600 watts. I explained the situation in the video I have done in round explaining why I use the Apevia power supplies. One, they're budget friendly. That's the good thing about it. You want to look for a power supply that is budget friendly on your pockets. Now, 80 plus bronze, I have a basic simple. Let me take the word basic out because if somebody from Gamers Universe hear the word basic, y'all think that this power supply has an overclock and etc. It do not have overclock protection. Now, I'll be going over everything with you on the box. One thing I love about the box, presentation spot on. Now, I would buy it if I saw this sale. Two, after I get through reading all of the back, it will let me know what it is usable for. One thing I love with people with power supplies, they're stable and reliable. I have brought, this is my 4th power supply I have brought from Apevia. I have the Essence 700. I'll be putting that in the video link. I have the Jupiter 600, non-efficient, and it is still going strong. Now my Essence 700, everybody be ragging me. Oh, is it blown out yet? Oh, is your computer? No, my computer's still fine. My computer is functional because see, when you got somebody that know how to build PCs with knowledge, they understand how to build the system and how to use the system and what motherboards they are putting in the system. So, enough with that. Let's go over it. Jupiter power supply 80 plus bronze is stable and reliable. Cosmic black casing, supports single 12 volt output and power connection. Ample 12 volt output enhanced, 12 volt connection compatibility, brothers utilization possibility, multi GPUs, power connectors, built-in 135 millimeter side automatic thermal fan, speed control black fan, which is gonna keep those thermal caps down and keep them quiet. Dimension is 150 millimeter, 158 millimeter by 86, which is 5.9 inches by 6.2 inches by 3.4 inches width, length, height. It has heavy duty protection. This is why I buy their power supplies. I don't overclock my system. Once you overclock your parts, you ruin the warranty of it. So I'm not Nova. I don't believe in getting to the boost. My main boost is 3.4 to 3.9, 4.0. That's just how I'm going with the base. I am not boosting my system to the high max compatibility because why? It tells you right here. It includes OVP, which is over voltage protection. So if I'm putting too much voltage from the wall into the power supply, it's going to shut it off, throw the switch, keeping me from frying my motherboard. OPP, over power protection. Same thing. If I got my system kicking in too much power, If I decide to overclock this on my system just to get the little boost, which I did, like I said, if I decide to overclock and have an overpower protector, so if I'm putting too much power from the wall again, sending too much power on my components, it's gonna throw the switch because my VRMs are heating up and they are reaching high max capacity. Short circuit protection. Now we all know we deal with shortage in our systems, whether you have a bad power socket or anything bad, or they're working on the power lines out there, and you know there's jerking in your power line in your power in the house. It's gonna throw the system. So this is the main thing I look for. Now, if y'all keep in mind, then I say OCP. Overclock protection is what people are on now when they buy these expensive overclocking motherboards to boost the CPU to the boost frequency as well as the GPU to the boost frequency. So if your power supply don't have OCP, don't buy it. Now, I brought this here for my gaming PC. I ain't gonna say mid-level gaming PC because somebody from Gamers Universe is going to sit down here and say, hey, mid-level can play Call of Duty 6, the finals. No, I hate those games. I hate all the games in 2024 and 2023. I don't like them. I don't like playing them, and they stress you out. So, let's get into the unboxing. Alrighty, what comes in the box? Cable, power cable. Ooh, this baby looks nice and sweet. Alright, the power supply. And one thing about Apevia, y'all see those thumb caps. Thumb cap screws, so you don't need a screwdriver to screw everything in. Once again, read your manual. Yeah, they make the 600, the 800, and the 1000. So, read your manual. If you don't know what you're doing, read your manual. And there's your power joules right there. So, it's not an issue. And I will be testing it out to make sure everything is functional with that. So, let's take it out the plastic covering. And let's see how this baby look. Oh, she looks nice. Oh, yes, she does. Oh, yes, she does. She looks so nice. I can see her through the plastic, so y'all know me. And I love that sexy black. Yes, sir. Look at that big 135 millimeter fan sitting on all of that. She's a little like mid-level heavy. So, because y'all like those heavy power supplies that be weighing like 30, 40 pounds. No. She is mid-level heavy. Nice good switch. Now, here's your cables. Let me unravel them. And, oh yeah, look nice. And one thing, I love companies, they still add the Molex cable. You cannot go wrong. I get 2 Molex cables on this rail. I get 2 SATAs on that rail. Same thing. I get 2 Molex, 2 SATAs on that rail. Okay, here is my 24-pin connect rail, and I like it. It's all oak. If you don't need it, you can take that off, or you can just slide it on. Beautiful, beautiful. That's your 24-pin rail connect. Here is my CPU 4-pin or 8-pin. I could take these off. I could take them off. I could put it back on. So that's a good thing to come with that. And last but least, y'all see it, PCIe rail. 8-pin to 8-pin connect. 8-pin connect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disconnect. Give me about 30 minutes. I'm going to connect it up to the power my power tester to make sure she comes on. I want to plug it in and then have a dead power supply. So give me about 30 minutes for that. All right, everybody, she is done once again. I'm gonna go over the rail protections. 3-volt, 20 amp, plus 520 amps, 40 amps, 12 volts. Everything is there. Y'all see it? She looks nice and sleek. Now, what I noticed, and I had told y'all by accident, that she comes with a massive PCIe connectors. Yes, sir. She is loaded with double rails PCIe connector. Now, just like I said, I went over this why I use them. The company came out in 1999. Now, to Nova users, this power supply is not for you. If you're going to use it the right way. If you want to go ahead and replace an old power supply you probably had for 5 years to a decade, which is 10 years or plus, replace it. This company is good. I know I'm using them. I have no issues with them. Just like I said, it comes with 2 PCIe lane ports, which I already have my power tester going in. I got my CPU plus tester. Now, if you have a motherboard that is Supernova, what I would recommend that you do not overclock it, because even though it's an 80 plus Browns, it should handle your overclocking measures decently if you know what you're doing. If you got your motherboard pushed to the full frequency level and you're killing all the power out the wall and pushing that much power into your power supply, then you're going to go ahead and destroy it. Now, y'all keep in mind, this goes to Gamers Universe. I have seen hundreds of thousands videos of new PC builders taking out power supplies from Corsair, Fantech, Leon Lee, Seasonic, etc., Antec, MSI. I can keep going on and on. I have watched beginners, rookies make that mistake when they set in BIOS setting, when they go ahead on and overclock the measures to the full high frequency just to see what the power supply would do. So I don't watch those videos. Those videos were meant for people to destroy stuff and sell it on eBay damaged. You don't know because y'all don't have what it is to test it out. And by the time you buy it, it's too late. It don't work. You got a dead power supply on hand. So I recommend that you get one of these here. Even though y'all saw the power supply come out the box, but make sure that you have a power supply tester to test the power supply, because 9 out of 10 power supplies that come off the factory line could be damaged and it could be destroyed. So now what I'm going to do here, as you see there, that's my 6-pin PCI connector. I'm going to be doing that. I have a saddle right here and I have a Molex there. So I'll be testing those individually in different tests. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my power supply. Make sure my power is off. I had clicked it on by accident as always. And we're gonna go into that there. So if I'm not talking, don't be alarmed. Now don't be he ain't talking now. I don't need to watch the video no more. Just bear with me, okay? Now this is the main line here. All I need is nothing but 6. This baby in there, so I just need you get the 6 out. So, jeez, oh, she's out finally, and I could go ahead on the connector here because I'm testing everything. And y'all see her? She's plugged in, and the moment of truth. She's fine. When you hear that beep beep, that means everything is operational. There she go. All my rails are perfectly connected. And she's running good. She's running clean. And there's no issue. No issue at all. No issue. Now you probably see blank there. That's my Molex. That's my SATA. I'm gonna shut it down again. You're gonna see these lights up over here. So that let me know that they're good. If they don't come on light, that means they're bad. So let's turn it down. And she's quiet. Smell test, nothing smoking, nothing burning. So now I'm gonna shut it down. She's off. So now I'm gonna connect Molex line 1. That's my Molex line. Connector here. Now when you do this here, you gotta connect one up at a time. Good. No issue. Y'all see a lit? I'm gonna connect my SATA. I use another rail, because this is the thing you guys do. You gotta make sure everything is perfectly connected before you put it in the system. Because if you don't do that, you put it in the system and you turn the power switch on and she don't function. Oh yeah. And there you go. Everything's on. So yes, this power supply is operational. Now what I'm going to do is install her into my system. Let's go, baby. I am excited. Let's do this. All right, everybody, how y'all doing? And this is the conclusion of the Apevia 600 watt 80 plus bronze power supply. Y'all see the box right there. I'm gonna bring it in a little closer. Yes, sir. And this is what I'm on right here. The first one up to the top is 600. Bring it in closer. Now, just like I said, I had did a video on the why I use Apevia because one, they're budget friendly. I could have went with the MSI 80 plus bronze for like $69.99, but I didn't want to pay that much money for it. So I just say, let me go ahead on and go to Amazon. And I often get the MSI off New Way because that's where I mostly shop at anyway. So I went to Apevia's sell cycle. That's where people sell all their stuff at anyway on Amazon because they have a affiliated page with Amazon. And they don't scalp nobody for their product. If you see the product going at a high-end price, do not buy it. So I love it. Y'all see my system. Now I'm gonna say gaming slash editing PC because when I play my video games, I edit them and I post them up on my gaming channel, which I'll be putting down the link in the description below if you want to subscribe. Simple, basic gameplay. Now the reason why I didn't say basic because Gamers Universe take the word basic that you can play Call of Duty 6, which I can't. I had to put in low settings because my GPU is the RX ELSA RX 580 2048 GDDR5, not 6, not 6X. So, and it plays everything in 720 1080p, but I don't like Call of Duty. Gamers Universe, if I say the word basic, they think you can play the finals, CSGO 2, etc. You gotta put the GPU game settings in low settings. That means you play everything in 720p on 1080p monitors. Now, this here power supply is just for basic use. Even though it says 80 plus bronze, I could buy a non-efficient 80 plus white. 80 plus bronze is where I go for basic builds. Now, I said the word basic. Basic doesn't mean gaming. I don't do anything associated with gaming. Back in our days, we built PCs that we know what could do. Back in our days, in the 80s and 90s, we had low power stuff. So if you need to play a game, you had to buy the CD-ROM. We was on Windows 98 second edition. So you had to buy the game, buy a nice designated GPU, which GPUs was cheap back in the days. But the way everything are now, you're going to need a high-end CPU, GPU, and a strong motherboard, as well as a strong power supply to overclock your parts. Notice I say the keyword overclock. That's one reason why I don't deal with anything in Gamers Universe. Everything is in Nova mode. I don't believe in Nova mode. I just believe in functionality. I can turn on my system if I got to go ahead and do a Zoom meeting with somebody, if I got to Skype somebody, or if I got to browse the internet or look up information or do a basic quick video. That's where it's at. It is not where I have to go ahead on and do everything in Nova mode. Now, the reason why I brought this power supply, because just like I said, when I was using the Raid Max 600 watt 80 plus white, everything was running good until 2 weeks. I noticed that one of my hard drives was missing, which was my F drive. Everything was being read but my F drive. And I'm going to go ahead and go into the folder now. Yes, as you see my C drive, that's my M.2, drive D, drive E, drive F, and drive G. Now, I was not reading my F, so that means that one of my solder rails died, because I had ran solder connectors where I could go ahead on and connect them up using the solder rail power itself. Y'all excuse that, one of my terabyte is kind of funky right now, so that's my micro SD terabyte, which connected into my USB driver. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drives rolling this bad boy, and I'm proud of it. When I noticed my F drive was out, that kind of made me mad, because 90% of my Epic games are on my F drive. 90% of my Steam games are on my D drive, and then E, it just fluctuate between size. What size goes where? What size goes here? I could go ahead and do some storage on my SATA drive, my SSD drive, but I usually most use that for my videos, to save my videos on that file, so I got no issues with that. So, but that was the main thing. My F drive was not being read, and I was pissed. When I plugged it in, I said, okay, I got all my drives read, no problem. I noticed that when I did my episode of Let's Talk Hurricanes, I noticed my drive was missing. I said, that's not good. So then I was trying not to buy the power supply. Now y'all keep in mind, I had the Raid Max Vortex 600 watt back in 2020. We are going in 2025, and she did her thing. I'm gonna test the rails out again. Pretty much, I'm gonna be junking it, because there's nothing I can do with it. Even though I have a lot of friends that I built their system because they like to browse the internet and watch YouTube and stuff, I don't have anything dealing with gameplay. Strong gamers that be live streaming, because I got to put a lot of hardware just for you to handle that, and I got to overclock your system so you can handle the full boost potential of the GPU, the CPU, the RAM, the push-pull from the motherboard, etc. And just like I said, I don't believe in overclocking my stuff. So that's just one reason why when I buy stuff for me, I buy it for me, and I just do a recommendation if you will recommend buying this power supply for an old FM2 motherboard with the AMD 8660 or AM2 or socket LGA 77 running the Q950, stuff like that. But the thing here, the reason why I make that clear using these power supplies here is not a problem. 80 from Tech Source, he used their power supply in one of his builds he did on his channel, and it worked out great. And he had the RTX 4070. He did. I don't know if he overclocked the system or not, but I think he did. But it handled pretty good. And even though it's not an OCP overclocking power supply, he it performed great. So I'll be putting that video link in the description below. What I recommend it, yes. It just all depends of the user of how they using it. Just like I said, if your system is in Nova mode, buy you an overclocking power supply that's costing a little range from $80 and up. I want to close everything out. I want to thank y'all for watching. I love y'all. Happy holidays. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.